In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you a very simple yet attractive social media template or social media concept that you can actually use to make very cool designs for your social media content. Now, this is going to be very quick, it's going to be very easy, and you understand it as long as you stay with me from the beginning to the end of this video. So, let us just get started right now. The very first thing I'll do is change the color of my background to white. Although it depends on what you have in mind, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to make my background white. So I'll click on this icon at the bottom of my screen. Then I'll click on color. I'll choose this and I'll select white. Boom. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to add a shape. So I'll click on this. I'll add a shape. Let's add a color so we can see the shape. Then before inserting the square, I'm going to increase the radius right here. Increase it to like let's say 15. Then we'll resize this. Okay, I think this is let's put the radius at 10. Yeah. Then cool, we have this. But we're changing the color of this. This is a very dull color. Let's change it to let's say red. So I'm going to change it to red. Deep red. I don't need my red to be very lousy. So yeah, so I'll change it to this red. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to add my text. So I'm going to click on this, click on text, click on edit, and then I'll put in my text. So depending on the information or depending on the content that you want to put on your design, you actually have to start with the heading. So I'm going to start with this. Let me say business growth tips. I'm gonna start with this business growth tips. Then I'm going to change the color to white so it can be visible. Obviously I have to do that. Then I'll also change the font type. Click on font, and then I'll choose one of my favorite fonts that I love using to design. No, not that one, this one. Yes, so I'm going to place this right here. Then I'm going to scroll. I'll reduce the line spacing. Exactly. Then I can add some shapes. I'm sorry, I can add some shadow. That's what I wanted to say, shadow. So to the text, so it pops up. But I'll reduce the capacity of the shadow to like let's say 25. Yeah. Then the blur radius, reduce it like 6. Then I would adjust these ones. Then boom, I have this. Now the next thing we're going to do is to add like a to add some more text. Like I said, it depends on the information that you want to put on the design, but this is what I want to put. So I'm going to, first of all, before I insert my content, I'm going to put in, oh no, let's insert the content first. So let's just type something like this. So we're talking about business growth tips. So we could say, let's just say employ social media marketing, build a website, reach out to previous clients. What do we do again? Let's say use quality designs. Let's say run digital adverts. Yeah. So then we're going to reduce the size, obviously. Change the color to white. Then we change the font type. I'm going to use a different font type. Then I'll put use this. Okay. Then I can decide to make it slant. Yeah. So I'm just going to place this right here. And then I'll insert a shape like this. Let's put in a color so we can see the shape. I'm going to add some radius. The whole idea of adding radius is to make the edges curved. So if I did not add any radius, the edges are going to be very sharp, as you can see. But if I add radius, you see it becomes curved. So I really like the curve, the whole curvy concept. So that's why I use it a lot. But sometimes you can just use your shape the way it is. So I'm going to add this shape, this rectangle shape like this. I'm going to change the color, obviously, change it to black, and then I'll come here and reduce the capacity. It's like reduce the capacity to, let's say, 20 is perfect. Then I'm going to put this in front of the shape. So click on the text, click on this, scroll to where you have to front, and then place the shape behind. As you can see, cool. Now the next thing we're going to do is to add our image. So click on the plus sign, go to from gallery, and add your image. So I'm going to be using this image. I downloaded this on FreePic, and I'll leave the link in the description for you to be able to download as well. So I'm going to place this image right here. Now the next thing, we're almost done with the design. As you can see, it is coming to life bit by bit. The next thing I'm going to do right now is create the footer, which is the base of your design. So I'm going to click on shapes, and then I'll add this shape. Change the color to, let's say, this. Yeah. And this is where we'll put things like the contact details and stuff. You feel me? So I'll put like the contact details of the business, obviously. By the way, this is the point where we're supposed to add a logo. Let's add a logo. So I'm going to add this logo. I'll just place it at the top right there. Exactly. The next thing I'm going to do now is add the contact details. So I could just it's simple, like phone numbers, like social media handles, like email address or website. So I will just type in let's type in a phone number first of all. Then change the color to white, obviously. Font, change the font type. Use something simple. Then reduce the size. Then after placing this here, duplicate it by clicking copy, and then type in another information. Let's say like the website www.design.com, and you place it just beside it, as you can see. Then duplicate this to type in another info. Let's say the social media handle, like the Instagram handle. Let's say at peakdesign.com. and this would be here. You feel me? Now the next thing is, we have a lot of white space here. You could leave it blank, but let's just add something so the design does not feel too empty. Now if you had more information, all you need to do is to add more information right here. So for instance, you could just add a shape. Click on a shape. You could just add a shape. Let's just say this. Then you make it, choose a different color. We could use black, or we could use gray, and this will go behind. Just click to back and it goes behind. So right here you can add any other information depending on how bulky the content is. You can just add other information right here, and after that you are basically done with the design. It's not difficult. Then you can decide to add other things like some elements or some blood icons to make your design more attractive. So for instance, you can add this. So this is a blood 3D rocket. I'm gonna add this right now. So I'll increase the size, and then I can just add this, change the color. I'll adjust the color filter, make it very red, and then I could duplicate it and place it here, just here, or at the top. As you can see, I could just place it right there. You see, that's it. So our design is basically it's done. And then at this point you can add some icons like this phone number. Now you can add a WhatsApp icon, or a phone call icon, like a dial icon. This point you can add a website icon right here. You can add an Instagram icon. It all makes your design more professional. But basically, this is a simple concept that you can actually use to make your social media designs, and this is simple, this is still beautiful, and it is very easy. So if you have any questions, use the comments, or if you are in our community, just let me know what you think and if you can actually replicate this. Yeah, I'll see you next time.